Pencils, pencil sharpener, LaCroix. Got everything we need to do this thing. Hey you guys, how you doing? This is the one I'm excited about. I'm really excited actually. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Let's see, what do we have today? Got the Carl Angel 5 Royale and the Blackwing Volumes number 530. Ready for this? Ready? This is a tribute to the California Gold Rush, and they are gold pencils. I mean, come on, that's pretty baller, right? So here's the thing, I spent years saving these things and never using them. And finally, somebody was like, why? Why are you saving pencils? And I was like, cause they're, you know. So I don't save them. My promise was, I'm gonna use them. So. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what you need. You need a piece of paper that has 30 circles like this. I will put a PDF up on PowerSchool that you can print out if you have a printer. If you don't have that, you can go anywhere online, and if you Google 30 circles, you'll find a template that looks like this. What I don't want you to do is follow other people's directions, because I've looked at other people doing this demo, and I don't think it's as good as the way we do it. I like it my way, and I've experimented with a bunch of my classes over the years to find out the best way to do this. Yeah, go do whatever it takes to get one of these pieces of paper in front of you. We'll wait. All right, good. Yeah, you can also make your own. I tried to figure out a thing you might have in your life that you could use to draw out the circles. And the circles are bigger than a quarter. They're bigger than a dollar coin. So I don't know. But what you want is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. That's a good setup. Okay, this is gonna take 5 minutes of your time, but it's gonna take 5 minutes of your time, focus, attention, and intensity and presence of mind. What we're looking for here is content, is continual idea generation. So on the sheet, right, we have these circles. What I'm looking for you to do is use each circle for a design, like draw something in the circle or use the circle in the intervals. So what you're gonna get 10 seconds. First 10 seconds, you'll work on the first circle. Next 10 seconds, next 10 seconds, next 10 seconds. You're just gonna work your way across. It's about ideas, it's about getting it out. So the first one, you know, maybe the first one's a clock and maybe the second one's a tire. Or I don't know, I don't wanna put ideas in your head. Here's where it's exciting, and here's what almost invariably happens. The first 5, the first maybe 10 will go well. You'll be like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, and you'll just keep knocking them out. And at some point, you're gonna hit a block. You're going to feel like you've run out of ideas. And it's a terrible feeling. It's kind of a paralyzing feeling. You're like, ah! And what I want to tell you is work through it. It's an amazing, it's a creative block. It's this point at which you've run out of ideas. And as the interval goes, just keep going. Even if you just move to the next circle and draw anything, just make some kind of mark in the circle and then move on and move on. And at some point, I promise you, you'll get new ideas and you'll start going again. It's just kind of a cool thing to see. I'm not gonna lie, knowing that I'm gonna do this today, I was thinking about what I'm gonna put in each circle, because I don't want to have like a creative block on camera, but I probably will. I'm probably going to run out of ideas. Let's try this. Let's just go for it and see what happens. To review, start in the upper left and just keep working your way across as we go. What you'll hear is this. And when you hear the bell, move to the next one. 3, 2, 1, move. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to go all the way across the paper. I'm going to do it along with you. You don't have to, I'll try not to talk too much, but just give it a go. Let's try and see how it goes. You feeling this? Okay, get your pencils ready. 10 seconds is really short and really long at the same time. So, on your marks, get set. Donut. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh my goodness.
Activity completed.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, did my camera die? Did my camera die? Okay, so because I am an utter professional, this camera died in the middle of my doing it, and this camera died, I'm not sure when. So I don't know. I don't know how much of that came through. So I've drawn this whole thing, and it was stressful, and I don't know how much of it got recorded. So I'm not gonna look at it, I'm not gonna review too much. How was it for you? Because that constant idea making, I have trouble because I get on one idea and I don't stick with it. Yeah, all right. Let me try. Let's just get into it. If you want to do it again with me. See if you can do it differently or better the second time. I really didn't intend on doing this twice. Today was supposed to just be a fast one, but I want to do it better. So I'm going to start with the same one I started with last time and see just what I can do. Okay, you ready for it? And let's go. 6, 3, 9. Anarchy symbol. Okay. Breathe. Remember, you can go outside of the circles. Yes. Oh, I'm. Letter Q. um. Oh my goodness. Um. Um.
Activity completed.
Oh my goodness, that was stressful. Typically what happens in class is I like to gather these together and look at everybody's and go over it and kind of see what people's tendencies are. Because quite often what you'll go through and you'll see people work on a common theme and then change to another theme. Like, I'm a little heady about it because I've done this a bunch of times and I'm trying to innovate. So I have different problems than you have if you've never done this before. You know, I started with the clock, just like let me get both on screen. So on both of them, I started with the clock because I was like, all right, I'll just start with a round thing. And then the first time I went donut because we drew donuts in the first video, and then I tried to do a tire, and then I tried to do a bike wheel, and then I tried to do a light bulb, and then I tried to do an eye, and then I was like, oh, an 8-ball, that's a quick and easy one. So I drew it quickly, and I remember having like 2 or 3 seconds to sort of sit and be like, okay, what can I do next? And then the bell rang, and I was like, I don't know. So I did the 10-ball, and I knocked that out quickly. And then the easy move would have been to just go through a whole sequence of pool balls, right? But for me, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep thinking. So then I went like Earth, and I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. And then I don't know what that was. And then I went back to planets, and I was like, oh, I can do Saturn, and then I can do Jupiter, and then I can do the sun. And then I started to think I can't draw the other planets particularly well. So I went to a face with Mohawk, and then I went back to space, and I tried to do a shooting star, and then I went with saw blade, and then I was like, oh, how about a ball? I think. I don't know what kind of ball that is. But then I was like, oh, sort of a volleyball, or sort of a soccer ball, then a tennis ball, then a baseball, then a golf ball. And then I was like, all right, that's too many balls in a row. So then I was like an eye, and I was like, that's a bad eye. And like when a lid's down a little bit, you wouldn't have that. So then I went, those are bad. I realized those are bad eyes. I'm not a superb artist. Then I went with a face. Then I went with, I tried to do a telescope, but I didn't like it, so I tried to do a telescope again, which is okay. Like, I think repetition in the sake of doing things better is good, and then a side eye or something. And then I was like, oh, a balloon with a little guy, and then a golf ball, and then the bell rang, and I have no idea what was on camera. I think these are still recording now. So when I tried it again, I went clock, then I went anarchy symbol, and then my thought was immediately, I'm a teacher, I shouldn't be doing things like that, because I thought about, like, what are other, like, symbols that could happen in circles? So I had to change my thinking, and then I went back to just a face. So here's, like, this is weird. Like, a face with a mohawk and horns. Face with a mohawk and horns. Like, when I don't know what to do, apparently I default to just drawing that. It's like something I know I can draw. And then I tried the eye thing again in the opposite way that I did it here. So that's strange. And then I went donut, and then I went tennis ball and baseball. But I don't know why I didn't go back to my knowns here. So then I went magnifying glass, and then from there I got the letter Q, which is the same form. Then I was like, oh, I could do the letter A. And then I went orange and apple and bowling ball. And I was thinking about the apple and William Tell, so I did the arrow through there. But when I think about that, in the tattoo drawing thing we did yesterday, I did an arrow going through the heart on the tattoo that said mom. And then I went balloon, which I did there. And then I was like, oh, I could do glasses if I planned it well across too, but that's fine. And then I went back to trying to do a bike wheel, then the 10-ball, then the 8-ball, then the Saturn, then the Earth. Yeah, in the middle of drawing this, I was drawing the Northern American border. Then I was like, oh my God, Canada. And then shooting, I don't know what I did. But it's interesting that I tend to put those on the edge. And then golf ball, balloon, telescope, blowing bubbles, and thought bubbles. And that's how I finished it out. I wish I could see yours. And if you'll send them to me, we can talk about it. But quite often what'll happen is people go through, and somewhere around here in this area is when the ideas run out or dry up. And then new ones come in. You might have 2 or 3 or 4 that aren't good, that are just like scribbles and frustration, like, and then all of a sudden you'd be like, oh, I could do this. And then you start going again. And it's really, really cool to see a visual representation of an epiphany or an idea or working through your mental block and having something new. I like this project. I like the idea of working through a creative block, working through a creative struggle and coming out with something. The something isn't always great, but what it is for me is this reassurance that you can solve your problems. You know, if you just keep working through it, and you might draw some bad circles. They might be embarrassing or they might not be indicative of your best work. But sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we just have to make bad work. Sometimes we have to struggle and do things we're less than proud of to get over that hump, to get into the next thing. To some extent, I guess that's what we're doing right now. I'm doing these videos because I think these can be good, because I think they can be good for you and for us, and this can be a vehicle for we're moving this class forward in whatever new form it's going to take. And is this the best video I've ever made? Maybe not, but maybe this one's going to lead to something tomorrow that's going to be even better or more powerful or more potent. I like this because it forces us to struggle just a little bit in a way that's comfortable. I'm going to go. I want to take what I felt today and this thought that, you know, this video, this class right now is us on our way to something greater. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm working on it. And if you know what it is before I do, email me. Let me know. Let me know what you think this class should be, because we're headed there. We're in motion, and we can control where this thing goes. I'm gonna go and do some reading and some thinking and try and come up with new ideas for how to take this class forward. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you had fun. I hope this was fun for you. This is fun for me. I like this one, and thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your time. Thank you for trying this, and let me see what you've done, because I'm really, really curious. More so than the other 2 days, this is the one I really want to see what you've done. So, cool. Have a great day. I will see you here tomorrow. Okay, bye.